S26 Ultra is almost around the corner to be fully confirmed, and things are looking a little bit off this time. Although S25 Ultra is on a big discount for a limited time from Samsung, which you can avail from a prior listed in this video. There are a bunch of changes coming on S26 Ultra, and one of the biggest one is the display of S26 Ultra. We talked about it, we were happy about the new display changes, and we wanted all of those changes, but now there's something else going on with the display. According to Ice Universe, what I've exclusively learned, the S26 Ultra series still cap out at 2600 nits of peak brightness, including the S26 Ultra. This is not a good sign. Display brightness has stayed unchanged for several generations. While sticking to 2600 nit doesn't necessarily mean Samsung abandoned the new M14 material. It does mean the S26 series won't deliver any significant improvements in display quality, so everyone be mentally prepared. This means what we heard M14 is capable of offering up to 6000 nits of peak brightness is just a dream for S26 Ultra. Even I mentioned Samsung is not giving us 6000 nits, but 3000 nits, or at least what they offered in the last couple of generations, was a must need, which they not. He further added, as a Samsung leaker, I am basically sure that it will adapt M14 material and POLIS screen technology, but I can't guarantee that it will adapt 10-bit technology and PWM high frequency dimming. I advise you not to be too optimistic. So this is clear a display that can only bright enough like the S25 Ultra and almost the same output, then why do we need to update? There's another thing which some people really care about and some don't, is the RAM options on S26 Ultra. In my last couple of videos, I shared we are going to see a 16 gigs of RAM, but that information was partially true. Only a limited amount of countries were going to see a 16 gigs of RAM, like China. Else, all models including the 1TB version were going to see the same 12 gigs of RAM on S26 Ultra. Now for some, this is nothing, but Samsung is doing the same thing from the last couple of years, and this update was much needed. Yet 12 gigs is standard on S26 Ultra for 2026. Well, apart from this, they are changing one thing which we really wanted in S26 Ultra. Samsung is making changes to the charging speed of S26 Ultra, and we know about that. But now a new source confirms something big about the Galaxy S26 Ultra wireless charging. After so many years, according to the source, Samsung is upgrading the wireless charging performance of its flagship Galaxy S26 series, which it will launch early next year. According to industry sources on 11th, Samsung plans to equip the Galaxy S26 Ultra with 25-watt wireless charging and the standard and Plus model with 20-watt wireless charging, and this would be the difference. In theory, 25-watt can shorten charging time by 40% compared with 15. If charging a smartphone at 15 takes a total of 100 minutes, at 25-watt it will take just 60 minutes. And on top of all, we are going to get a cheated magnets with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. A most awaited feature is coming. The second change, which is in question for a long time and yet no one was talking about it, that was the charging speed of S26 Ultra, and it's not new. Samsung was using the same 45-watt of fast charging from a couple of years, but ICE has a different story. I've always insisted on 60 watt, not 45, and the actual test results are as I expected. The Galaxy S26 Ultra has indeed made significant improvements in charging, which means this would be a really good update on S26 Ultra. After a long time, we're seeing a charging upgrade on S series. The launch is also confirmed for the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Samsung changed the lineup after seeing the sales numbers on Galaxy S25 Edge, so they added the Plus model and exclude the Edge. But there was rumors Samsung might delay the launch of the product, but my internal source was telling a different story. Now new confirmed source suggests a launch, but before that, I've got an exclusive information about the Galaxy S26 Ultra launch date. According to my internal source, Samsung is going to launch S26 Ultra on 21st of Jan 2026. He even gave the exact date, which means there is no delay for the launch of S26 Ultra. Instead, a day earlier compared to the S25 Ultra. Now, other sources also suggest a similar thing. According to Chosen Biz reporting on the 10th, Samsung plans to hold a Galaxy S26 Unpacked event as early as late January next year and to launch the product in Feb. This is almost a similar launch as Galaxy S24 or S25 Ultra, which is a great news, since some suggest 2 months delay, which was massive at the time. Past week, there was a source who claims 25th of Feb as the launch date, which is about a month later, and it's completely wrong. On this note, if you're still here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.